most ancient tradition presents Miss Wendy Alamont to Mr. Eric Rivera in marriage. Who brings Eric to be married to Wendy? Eric and Emily, your father, Eric, has chosen to share his life with Wendy. Will you receive her as a member of this new family and at all times give her your love, your respect, and your honor? Do you, Wendy, accept Eric and his children, Emily and Eric, as members of your new family? And at all times will you give them your love and support? You may be seated. Welcome, family and friends. Wendy and Eric have invited us here today to share in the celebration of their marriage. Marriage is a supreme sharing of experience and an adventure in the most intimate of human relationships. It is the joyous union of two people whose comradeship and mutual understanding have flowered into romance and passion. Today, Wendy and Eric proclaim their love and commitment, and we gather here to rejoice both with them and for them. Love is a word we use with vagueness and sentimentality. We may assume that love is some rare and mystical event, when in fact it is our natural state of being. When we love, we see things that other people do not see. We see beneath the surface to the qualities that make our beloved special. To see with loving eyes is to know inner beauty, and to be loved is to be seen and known as we are to no other. One who loves us gives us a unique gift, a piece of ourselves, but a piece that only they can give. The giving of yourself in love creates a delicate balance, but you must learn to bestow your love without total submission of yourself. Therefore, in your giving, offer your joy, your kindness, your understanding and patience. But in giving, remember to preserve yourself, your integrity, and your individuality. Treat yourselves and each other with respect and remind yourselves often of what brought you together. Give the highest priority to the tenderness and compassion that your connection deserves. When frustration, difficulty, or fear assail your relationship, as they threaten all relationships at one time or another, remember to focus on what is right between you, and not only the part that seems wrong. In this way, you can ride out the storms when clouds hide the face of the sun in your lives, remembering that even if you lose sight of it for a moment, the sun is still there. And if each of you takes responsibility for the quality of your life together, it will be marked by abundance and delight. If you will ensure a healthy, lasting marriage, always, always value each other. Although you will disagree, remember to respect each other's feelings, needs, and passions, and above all, never lose your sense of humor. I speak to Wendy and Eric of love in which the trust and freedom of the other person becomes as significant as the trust and freedom of oneself. I speak to them of peace, generosity, and acceptance. We insist on permanence, on duration, and on continuity, but the only continuity possible in life, as in love, is in growth, in fluidity, and in freedom. May Wendy and Eric keep the vows they will make here today, teaching each other who they are and what they shall be, knowing that in the fullness of being, they are more than themselves and more than each other. They are all of us, and together we share joyously the fruits of on this earth. The true art of married life is not in the destination, but in the journey. It is a mutual enrichment, a give and take between two personalities, a mingling of endowments that diminishes neither, but enhances both. Do you, Eric, choose Wendy to be your lovely wedded wife? Will you promise to love, cherish, and respect her in times of plenty and in want, in sickness and in health? Do you, Wendy, choose Eric as your lawfully wedded husband? Will you promise to love, cherish, and respect him in times of plenty and in want, in sickness and in health? Then, Eric, I'll ask you to repeat after me. I, Eric, take you, Wendy.
I, Eric, take you, Wendy.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer or for poorer.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
Until death do us part.
Until death do us part.
And now, Wendy, if you'll repeat after me. I, Wendy, take you, Eric, to be my husband. To have and to hold. From this day forward. For better or for worse. For richer or poorer. In sickness and in health. To love and to cherish. From this day forward. Until death do us part. Then may I have the rings? These rings are a symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end. May Wendy and Eric always be sweethearts and best friends, and together find peace and harmony in the happiness of their companionship. So, Eric, I will ask you to place this ring on Wendy's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring in token and pledge as a symbol of all that we share with my constant faith and abiding love. Now, Wendy, I'll ask you to place this ring on Eric's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring in token and pledge as a symbol of all that we share with my constant faith and abiding love. May the years be rich with the joys of life, and may these rings remind you always of the vows you have taken here today. So right now we're going to do a sand ceremony, and for those of you who have never witnessed one, I will explain as we go along. So I'll ask you to take it abroad. Wendy and Eric, you have just sealed your relationship by the giving and receiving of rings and the exchange of wedding vows. And this covenant is a relationship pledge between two people who agree that they will commit themselves to one another throughout their lives. The most beautiful example of this partnership is the marriage relationship. You have committed here today to share the rest of your lives with each other. Today, this relationship is going to be symbolized by the pouring of these two individual containers of sand. One representing you, Wendy, all that you were, all that you are, and all that you will ever be. And the other representing you, Eric, all that you were, all that you are, and all that you will ever be. As these two containers of sand are poured into the individual container, the individual containers of sand will no longer exist, but they will be joined together as one. And just as these grains of sand can never be separated again and poured into their individual containers, so your marriage will be the blending of two hearts beating as one. And now it is my honor to pronounce that with the power vested in me by the state of Rhode Island, you are, henceforth and forevermore, husband and wife.
Aquí de parte de Rose y mía, que sean muy felices y que la pasen muy bien. Gracias, mi amigo.